Well, for the record, please, you have 5 minutes.
Good afternoon. My name is Ann King. I'm here today in my capacity as the chair of the board of directors for the Stanley Knowles Housing Cooperative. You may not know this, but ours is a nonprofit housing cooperative. Our mandate is to provide affordable housing to seniors, who comprise 2/3 of our population, to the physically handicapped, and to others of modest or limited means. The main issue that I want to address today is that of the size and density of the proposal in its current form. In its present form, this development will have a very negative impact on the sightlines and access to light of the units on the west side of our apartment, including all of our wheelchair accessible units. It will also create a massive intrusion into our community. As Charlie pointed out, the present allowable density level in this area is currently 1. This proposal seeks to increase it to 10. This is an increase of 1,000%. The RioCan development is at the hub, the very center of Yonge and Eglinton, and the density level for that development has currently been capped at 8.7. The density level of a location outside the hub should certainly not be allowed to go to 10. We believe that the density of at the proposal at Orchard View and Duplex should be certainly less than that at one then right at the corner of Yonge and Eglinton. In the interests of a local solution that would allow this development to go forward, we are asking for a modest reduction to a density level of 8.03, less than that of RioCan. We are not in the hub. It is only befitting and common sense. We recognize the need for intensification, but we do not accept that it should take place at the expense of existing community, good planning, and common sense. We have been hard put, the group of community groups that have been working on this, to understand the logic and the workings of the planning department throughout what I can only call this odyssey. We have had the replacement of one planner at the 11th hour who went to some lengths to familiarize himself with the implications of this proposal, replaced by someone else who appears to have had his mind made up from the get-go. We have also had repeated attempts, repeated failures to address concerns raised by our councillor that the planning department should communicate with us regarding what are the standards by which they make these determinations for variation. These requests for a meeting went unanswered. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you probably know a great deal more about these things than I do, but I have to tell you, from my point of view, this is a passing strange way for a public service organization to do business. And for that reason, we are unable to accept the current planning report with any degree of confidence. My time is almost up, and coincidentally, so is yours. In a few weeks, you will go forth to do battle in your municipal elections. Elections where we'd have to break out a case of champagne if the voter turnout exceeded 40%. You have to wonder why, because city government, local government, has a greater impact on citizens' lives than any other level of government. But they don't seem to care. And I have to tell you, I think that's because they don't feel cared about. So you have an opportunity today to send a message, not just to the citizens in this room, not just to the citizens of Ward 16, but in all your wards, who we will make sure are familiar with the results of your deliberation today, that the rights and citizens and of a pre-existing community deserve at least as much respect, consideration, and attention as that of a developer to make even more profit. Thank you for letting me speak today.